So, Jesse, tell me a little bit. Batwoman, incredible show. Tell me your role, how you're involved. I want to hear it all.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, where do I start? Whole character name, Agent Russell Tavaroff. Um, he's he's got a bit of a reputation for being insensitive. Let's say that. He's a Crows agent. So I would say that he's married to the job. He absolutely I don't know, is love the right word? Loves the job, very dedicated, very focused when he wants to be. And I would say that he is starting a new investigation that comes to life this weekend, actually, on the first episode that you will meet my character. So that's kind of a good start, I think. Maybe a little bit more detail, but not too much, right? Because we don't want to wreck anything. Is that if anyone knows Commander Kane, I think there's a bit of an agreement between Commander Kane and my character, Russell Tavaroff, that Batwoman does yeah, how do I put it? She doesn't we both agree that Batwoman has a different way of doing things and the Crows have another way of doing things. And so my character is very dedicated to what he thinks the Crows should do and how they should do it. And I think there the audience will start to find some surprises.
I, for one, cannot wait. And you have such an incredible cast. You have Cameron Johnson playing Luke. You have so many incredible people there. What was it like meeting everybody and getting to know everyone and then eventually working together?
You know what? It is insane how many people work on the series. I mean, so I will, like, sometimes we have two separate units and I will not even know that like everyone else is working in that building because I'm working in this building, and then all of a sudden I'll see them in the parking lot like, what are you doing here? They're like, I'm working. You're working, I'm working too. And so it's actually been pretty fun because yeah, there's been days and times when I meet different characters and well, I mean cast members, and I'm still meeting more cast members, to be honest with you. It's it's a pleasant surprise, but everyone is very kind. And I think the show is, I mean, it's a comic book show, right? So everybody on it is like, yeah, we're doing comic book stuff. And you just geek out and have fun. I mean, yes, you got to do your job, show up prepared. But there's just a general sense of respect, and everybody's, I think everybody's very appreciative, which is nice because there's a lot of thankful hearts and it comes out in everyone's attitude and their work ethic.
Nice. I love it. I love it. And what would you say was the biggest challenge about playing your role so far?
The biggest challenge about playing Tavros so far, I think, is sometimes the scripts are, there's kind of still being like created, and I don't have all the details yet. So there's times that you're kind of waiting to be like, wow, okay, can I go that way? Like, is that a direction that everyone wants to go? Because there's so many good levels of teams, right? I mean, you got the showrunners and the producers, and then the directors will come in, and then you have the actual crew on the ground, and so there's a lot of collaboration. And I think the kind of the biggest challenge is like just wait until you know what's happening and then go and do it. And because you're kind, for me, I'm kind of excited. It's like, okay, what's next? Like, what am I doing? How do I? What do you think? How do I say this? And I'm trying to figure this character out, but I gotta be patient, take my time, and it has been a really cool development, I think, of character. So I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how your character evolves and where he goes. I'm really excited about that.
So am I. It's actually been really fun. I think it's a cool journey that I mean, I believe, and who am I to tell anyone what to do or what to think? But I think that the audience will love, hate, perhaps. I don't know. Love, hate, Tavaroff. I don't know. But all I know is every single scene, every moment, I really want to do my best to just do good work and really bring a character to life that everyone can get into, and you have to pay attention because there's things that I've been building into the character that are very subtle. It's not even things that I say. It could be a look. It could be a tick. Maybe that's the right word for it. So I kind of challenge the viewers to see if they can pick up on you might see me do something and not even know that that's a thing yet, right? until you observe
Exactly.
until you observe the character more, right? So I don't know, keep an eye out. There's a lot of fun underlaying character traits, I think, that I've been creating, and that the script allows there to be present, right?
Beautiful. I can't wait. Now, were you a book geek growing up, or?
I'd say for Wolverine was kind of like one of my favorites growing up, and that's only because I was actually born in Alberta, Canada, which in the comic books is the exact same place that like Wolverine was created. so maybe like deep down I was like, yeah, I'm the same as Wolverine. Although I don't think I heal as fast, but I'd like to say that, you know, that's kind of been one of my favorite characters. But I mean, Batman has been one of my, ever since I was a kid, I was like, man, Batman is cool. And of course, the Dark Knight is actually probably one of my favorite films still to this day.
Nice. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff too. And Batman, who's your favorite Batman then? You got to tell me that.
Oh, like actor wise?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, uh, I mean, you know what? I was really happy with Christian Bale's version, and I
That was
think that
good. Yeah.
was also part and parcel. I mean, I still got to go way back to the original, right? Michael Keaton. That was still like, I remember watching that growing up, and I was like, yes. I was like, it was just so much fun. Like, and so yes, I'm first Michael Keaton. I still can't get away from the original because that was the first time I kind of experienced, I think, Batman on the screen. And then when the Christian Bale version kind of came out, and those films came out, I was really happy with kind of just the writing, the way they shot it, the scripts, the effects, the music, everything it's still one of my favorite soundtracks probably to this day. Just there's that lead in intro. It's like, and I'm like, oh, you play that? Movie hasn't even started yet, and I'm pumped.
I love it. I love it. And one thing I like to ask the people I interview is tell me a fun fact about yourself.
Fun fact. Ooh, well, when I was 21, I was a whitewater raft guide at the time, and I actually drowned. Yeah. So that's kind of I mean, it's fun now, right? Because here I am.
You live to tell
Maybe
about it.
maybe at the time when I was going through it wasn't so fun, but that was an experience. And honestly, it's still kind of shapes me to this day. I think that it was a very important experience in my life that brought a lot of things to reality for me.
Wow, that's incredible. And we're happy that you survived. That's incredible that you live to tell about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of that was my fault. Uh, it just worked out that way, right? It was definitely a blessing to come back from that. But I think I was just talking to someone on set actually yesterday about it, and yeah, I still often have like kind of just quick flash memories of what that experience was like,
Oh my
right? I mean,
gosh.
under the water and being in control, and then knowing that I'm not in control, and then kind of losing control, because that's what happens eventually when nature takes over, right? Like you can only hold your breath and kind of fight for so long. And then I remember being taken to the hospital, and then they had to put me in a pressure chamber and bring my ears popped, like the whole thing. Just yeah. So the fact that I can hear, the fact that like there's a lot of healing that took place that I think was a miracle, and is pretty cool. It was one of the most kind of freakiest times of my life, but also one of the most peaceful. It was kind of crazy how that they both were there at the same time. You know what I mean? There was like whew, it was a kind of like scary moments mixed with extremely peaceful moments. So
Well, we're glad to have you here. So
thank you.
glad.
It's good to be here.
Yes.
Yeah, bet you didn't see that fun fact coming, hey?
I did not. That's a first. In my 12 years of doing this, almost 13 years of doing this, that is definitely a first.
Nice.
And since we are a TV site, what are you watching these days?
You know what? I just caught up on Yellowstone. Can't wait for the next season. Wow, that messed me up. What else? What else have I? Oh, I just started. I'm still catching up on Jack Ryan. I started that. This isn't TV series, but last night, just because for fun, I decided to throw on James Bond Casino Royale, and that was fantastic. But
Nice. You got
yeah, the Queen's Gambit, I think I finished, a little while back. That was fantastic. So there's so much out there that my wife and I will just kind of try to pick and choose, and then we'll watch when we can, right? I have 3 children, so sometimes, to be honest, I'm just too tired by the time I'm done work, or by the time I'm home, I get to see the kids and maybe help them get to bed. And then I'm just tired most nights where I'm like, I don't know if I can make it through an episode. Um, but I also wake up pretty early in the morning for my workouts. So the physical regimen that I'm on right now is like 2.5 to 3 hours every morning, 5 to 6 days a week. So
and how do your kids feel about daddy playing in a superhero show?
well, that's been, I mean, I have one, I mean, they're young still, so it's kind of, we're kind of getting into it, but then part of it is like, they're like, so what happened today, Dad? I'm like, well, I did this. And like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you can't tell anybody at school. You can't tell your friends. Like, what? I want to tell my friends. Yeah, no, you're not allowed. You can't. So I have to be very careful what I even share with them, because they're just excited, right? And they'll just share it, and it's not their fault or anything, but they're just living in the moment and telling people. And then it's amazing how if word gets out, it spreads very quickly.
It does, yeah. Now with the
Uh,
advent of social media, everything goes quickly.
yeah, but I mean, they came with me, and I had to stop by set. So I was driving through the parking lot, and we saw the car, right, the vehicle that Batwoman drives, and the kids were like, "Oh, wow, what is that? It's awesome. Can we get out and drive it?" I'm like, "No."
Oh
So
my
it's
god.
fun. It's fun. The kids, I think, are still trying to sort of put it all together. I mean, they've known their whole lives that this is what I do for a career, but there's still moments when they still are trying to separate dad, who I am as a real person, from a character. And then like, so you go in the building and then you shoot that thing, like they built that in there. And it's fun for them. It's kind of very imaginative.
I love it. I love it. And where can we find you on social media?
Instagram is my main go-to, although I've been so kind of slammed just on set lately that I haven't done a lot on it. But I'm trying to shift back now that this episode, the first one, airs this weekend. I can start to I'm allowed to share some things now, because most of the time, when you're on set, you're not allowed to share anything. It's like you can't even share a picture of your food.
That's true.
Not
That's true.
not not that I'm really like a foodie guy, but I mean, I love food, but I don't often share pictures of my food. But it actually is sometimes in writing, depending on what set I'm on, that they're like, no pictures of your food. And I'm like, what? Oh, okay. You never know. You might see that special bagel and they'll be like, oh, I know what show he's on.
Wow. Yeah, I would never would have thought of that, but it's very interesting. I thought I wasn't going
Yeah.
to learn anything today. Wonderful. Well, Jesse, it was a pleasure to talk to you. Good luck with everything, and I can't wait to speak to you again soon.
Oh, thank you so much, Sammy. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you. You be safe and have a good day.
Hey, you too. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.